We have an extraordinary development to bring you about the Thai sailors. One has been rescued 2 days after that Navy ship sank. These are the pictures we had for you yesterday. You can see here the warship in a storm before it capsized and sank. But rescuers now are saying that this sailor was clinging to a lifebuoy for 10 hours and was still conscious. The Navy chief has said, though, that 4 bodies have been recovered. Let's take you live to Bangkok. We can join our Southeast Asia correspondent, Jonathan Head, who is there. This is remarkable, Jonathan, after all those hours in the water, that the sailor has been found alive. Just bring us up to date. What is happening with the rescue operation at the moment?
Well, it seems that from the press conference that 2 were discovered today. 2 people were rescued, although we're not sure of the circumstances of the other, along with the 4 who've died altogether in the operation. 77 have been rescued in total. The fact they've found people, we're not sure exactly when they were found because it may have taken time to get them to shore and to transmit the news. But obviously that's very encouraging. You've got quite a large-scale rescue effort with at least 4 ships and a number of aircraft and helicopters scanning a big area of the Gulf of Thailand in the hope of finding the remaining 24. There are worries, though, too. There are other revelations that were concerning in that press conference and from some of the statements by the Navy. One, that there were 30 additional officers on board the ship in addition to its normal crew, and that there weren't actually enough life jackets for everyone. So it's not clear whether among those 24 missing sailors, whether they've all got some kind of flotation assistance.
Jonathan, Navy warships, presumably, of course, are usually designed to withstand terrible weather, which is apparently what happened with this massive wave. Any indication from the Navy of what went wrong? What happened?
Nothing more than they've told us, which is that a 4-metre high wave hit the corvette. I mean, a corvette's quite a small Navy warship, although it is a combat ship. And that water managed to get into the electrical system and then disable the engine after that, make it inoperable. But there are questions being asked by military experts because most of these warships are compartmentalized. It's not like a sort of car ferry where you can have huge amounts of water sloshing around inside. And also because they're designed to deal with bad weather, you wouldn't expect the electrical systems to be vulnerable to seawater. So there's a lot for the Navy to investigate here. It is possible, I mean, you do get very stormy weather at this time of year in the Gulf of Thailand, that there was just one very big freak wave, but there may be other issues that need to be looked at. What condition the ship was in, whether all proper safety protocols were being observed, how the crew judged the weather as well, whether they should have been in that area. All of those things will have to be established in the inquiry that the Navy is now promising.
And briefly, Jonathan, for the relatives who are waiting, obviously desperately hoping for some more good news. This is such an anxious time for them, but I guess the rescue of these 2 sailors will give them some hope.
Well, I think so. I mean, look, it is stormy there, but the waters around Thailand are relatively warm. It should be possible for people to survive possibly a few days in the water, though obviously it can get very challenging. And so they won't give up hope yet. And obviously the search operation will, I think, continue until they judge there simply is no possibility at all of finding more survivors.
Jonathan, thanks for joining us from Bangkok.